Hi everyone, my name is Ali. For those of you who don't know me, which is probably quite a lot of you, I am a skincare and makeup blogger on Instagram under the name Picky Chick. I've been doing that for about 2 years now, so I thought it was probably time for me to finally start my YouTube channel. So seeing that I am skincare and makeup obsessed, you can probably expect to see a ton of really fun videos from me about all things beauty. I plan on doing videos like today's video, try on hauls, first impressions. I plan on doing really in-depth reviews and like creating different looks with palettes, showing you my skincare routines, all of the things. I plan on doing so many different things. But yeah, so if any of that sounds like something that you're interested in, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. That sounds like such a YouTuber thing to say. I can't believe I'm saying it in real life. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you were to do that, because it would just mean that you're staying up to date with all the things that I'm putting out. And yeah, I would absolutely love to just get into this video already. So in today's video, we are going to talk about all things Charlotte Tilbury. I have two of her new launches, the first being her Airbrush bronzer, and I also have her new Desert Haze quad. These have been really hyped. I've heard really great things about them, and so I'll do a little bit of a demo so you can see how these products both apply. I'll do swatches and all that, and I'll wrap it up at the end and tell you what I think of these products. So let's just jump right in, because I've been talking for a while. Alright, so I just zoomed you guys in a little bit closer just so you can see what I'm doing a bit more easily. I have my order here, which I just wanted to note took a whole month to arrive. Now, I've never had issues ordering off of Charlotte's website before, which is where I got these from. Usually they arrive within a week. It's totally easy breezy. This took a whole month, which is totally understandable with the pandemic and everything, but I just wanted to note that just in case you were thinking of ordering from her website. You can also get her products from Cult Beauty, Beautylish, and Sephora if you're in the States. So this is the bronzer. This retails for 75 Australian dollars and 55 US dollars. It's 16 grams, so it's quite a big bronzer. It comes in 4 shades. I think there definitely needs to be some shades in between, the shade she currently has, especially between the 3rd and the 4th shade. There is a huge jump. So yeah, hopefully she extends the shade range soon. But another thing to note is that this is refillable, which is really cool. A couple of Charlotte's products, I think her lipsticks in particular, they are refillable. I haven't seen the actual refills available on the website just yet, but I just wanted to let you guys know. And this is the actual bronzer packaging. You can see, again, it's quite big. I got the shade 2 medium, which I'm hoping will be a good fit for me. I'm sort of like a light to light medium skin tone. I do have a little bit of fake tan on at the moment, so I'm hoping this will be a really good match. But yeah, let's just dive right in. I've heard a couple people say that this bronzer is best applied with a more densely packed bronzer brush. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe R2, which is one of my favorites because it's got that sort of pinch side, but because it's quite large, it covers a really large surface area, which I really like because you get a really fast and seamless application. And if you see me looking down here, it's because this is where I've placed my mirror. But I'm just gonna tap in a couple times, pick up that pigment, and then just go right in. I think I really like this color. That actually applied really seamless. I'm going to build it up a little bit because I do like a more visible bronzer. I think this is really nice, guys. I am still going to be building it up. I do really like bronzer. But yeah, you might be able to see it blended out really seamlessly. It hasn't caught on any of my foundation or my powder underneath, which is really lovely. Sort of looks really smooth on the skin. And even though it is a more matte bronzer, like it doesn't have a very apparent shimmer running throughout, it doesn't look completely lifeless on the skin, which is, my sort of preference of bronzer. I don't want something that makes me look too chiseled or too, gaunt. I just want something that sort of brings the life back into my face. Okay, so I just had to clip my hair back quickly just so I can put a light dusting of this bronzer on my forehead. But to be honest, guys, I am really impressed so far. I mean, I am a really big fan of Charlotte's Airbrush finishing powder, and this is a really similar formula to that. It's actually based off of that formula because that's a bestseller. So yeah, I'm really not surprised that I am a big fan of this already. Okay guys, so this is me with the bronzer all on. I'll give you my full thoughts and opinions at the end, but as you probably saw in that demo, I am already quite a big fan of this. I am just gonna put on the rest of my base makeup off camera and I'll be with you in just a second to do the eyes. Okay, so I just zoomed you guys in even more just so you can hopefully see the details of the eye look up close. Again, this is my first time doing this, so I'm not sure how the whole, filming setup is, going to look in the end, but hopefully this will do a good job. But anyway, here is the Desert Haze quad. As you can see, all these beautiful warm matte tones. You get like this little cream color here, then you got this warm orange, a deeper sort of brown, and then this really dark brown, which is probably the most neutral brown of the palette. I don't usually do all matte looks, so I'm quite excited to have a good play with this. But yeah, let's just get into it because I'm really excited. Using a Zoeva 228 brush, I'm going to take this cream shade here and then just set everywhere where I put my eyeshadow primer. Now using a Sonia G Blender Pro, I am going to pick up this warm matte orange. I'm just going to dust this one pretty much all over the crease here, just to add sort of some depth and dimension. Now taking a MAC 217 brush, this is one of the original ones with natural hair. I'm going to take this sort of medium toned brown and then concentrate that on the outer V of the eye. Now taking a Morphe M160, which is just this angled liner brush, I'm going to take this one here, the deepest shade in the palette, and I'm just going to stamp that across the lower lash line and then work it into a wing when I get to the outer corner. Using a Wayne Goss number 20 brush, I'm going to take this brown here and then use it to smoke out the lower lash line. Now using the same Morphe liner brush, I'm going to take a mixture of the two bottom shades here. I'm going to stamp that as close as I can to my lower lash line, just so I can sort of match the depth that the liner has on top to the bottom. Now I think I want to redefine that cream color on the lid, so I'm going to take the Sonia G Builder 3 with that first priming shade there, and then just pat it over just the inner corner to like halfway. Okay, so this is what the eyes look like, completely done with the shadow. And I'm just gonna do some black liner on my top inner rim, mascara and lashes all off camera, and I'll be with you in just a second. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I decided to pair it with sort of a brownie nude lip, and I decided to not use lashes so you could properly see how the eyeshadow looked. But overall, I am really impressed with these products, which I'm so happy to say. I'm especially impressed with the bronzer. I just, this was like love at first sight, guys. This was just like perfect for me. It's the perfect undertone. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's just right. This one is just a really flattering undertone, and it's just the smoothest bronzer. You could probably see in the demo portion of this video, I was being quite cautious with it. That's just because in the past I have used bronzers which have been way too pigmented, and I've just, had that huge unflattering bronzer stripe on my cheek. I didn't want to risk that, so I was just taking the brush, doing a little tap, then tapping off the excess, then just dusting it onto my cheeks. And I think that just made the bronzer look really smooth, sort of fused it in with my skin so it didn't look too, out of place. But yeah, it applied really well. It's not very pigmented, I would say, but that's my preference when it comes to cheek products. I really don't want to have to run the risk of having like clown makeup. I know that's some people's preference, but I like something when it comes to cheek products that's a little bit more soft and gentle that I have the option to build up if I do want. So this ticks that box perfectly. Now for the Desert Haze eyeshadow quad, this guy right here. This one I realized I forgot to tell you the price. It is 80 Australian dollars and 53 US dollars. So no, it is not the most cheap and affordable item from the Charlotte Tilbury line, but it is really nice quality. That's something I can definitely tell you. So yeah, this is definitely not the most innovative color story, but I think if you were maybe a beginner with makeup or a beginner to the Charlotte Tilbury line, I definitely think this is one palette to consider because you get a lot of staple colors which you can get a ton of use out of. You can sort of use just the lighter colors just for a more work appropriate look, but you can also smoke it out or do what I did and just smoke out the liner, and you can get a really nice sort of nighttime date night look, which is really nice. So while I don't think this is super duper necessary to the makeup lover, I definitely think that it's a nice staple to have, and I can definitely see myself reaching for this for every day, or when we are allowed to travel again. This would probably be a really nice travel palette. And yeah, while this wasn't necessarily a super must-have item for me, I am quite happy that I picked it up. Okay guys, so we have made it to the end of the video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. It warms my little heart. But yeah, if you want to see more content like this, sort of more, luxury high-end makeup reviews and try-ons, more skincare content as well, I have a lot of exciting things coming really soon. So make sure you subscribe, and if you did like this video, it would mean the world to me if you were to like it and maybe comment as well, share it, do all the things. But yeah, I will see you guys really soon.